applications, it requires radical rethinking, revision of our genetic imperatives.
Half-Life 2 is a game about a lot of things. Physics puzzles, alien oppression, a scientist with a crowbar. But beneath all of that is one of gaming's most quietly compelling characters. And it's not Gordon Freeman, it's not Alyx Vance, it's not even the mysterious G-Man. No, it's City 17. Stay with me here. This isn't just a hot take for the sake of it. Half-Life 2 is celebrated for a lot of things, its narrative, gameplay, and the world building. But I think the true magic lies in how City 17 transforms from a mere backdrop into an active participant in the story. From the Citadel's towering shadow to the graffiti-streaked alleyways, City 17 isn't just where the game happens, it is the game. Let's explore how City 17's design and narrative elevates it beyond a setting and into a character that shapes the player's experience. The first time I experienced City 17 was after I just bought the orange box back on the 360. I didn't realize quite how it was shaping my perspective of the story. I was too busy trying to figure out how to survive headcrabs and not completely quit the game from fright in Ravenholm. It wasn't until my second, third, and even fourth playthrough that I noticed the little details. The rusted abandoned cars in the street, the propaganda posters peeling from the walls, the eerie quiet in once bustling apartments. City 17 doesn't need dialogue to tell its story. It uses its design, the architecture, the soundscape, the emptiness, to immerse you in a world that feels alive. But it's not just the city's decay that tells a story. The player's journey through City 17 is a masterclass in environmental storytelling and game design. From the moment you step off that train at the start of the game, City 17 asserts its identity. The Citadel looms above you, a brutalist nightmare that feels less like a building and more like an open wound in the sky. It dominates every line of sight, a constant reminder of the Combine's control over Earth. But the Citadel isn't just there for intimidation, it's a visual metaphor. Its cold alien geometry clashes with the remnants of a city that once belonged to humans. The cracked sidewalks, Soviet-era apartment blocks, and abandoned playgrounds whisper stories of a world that's been hollowed out. The contrast between the Citadel's oppressive presence and the human-scaled environments create an immense sense of unease. The player's journey through the city uses this contrast effectively. Narrow alleyways give way to wide-open plazas, often patrolled by Combine soldiers and their scanners. This alienation between confinement and exposure keeps the player on edge, reinforcing the idea that nowhere in City 17 is truly safe. City 17 doesn't just look oppressive, it sounds oppressive. Listen closely as you wander its streets. There's the hum of Combine drones hovering above, soldiers shouting out commands, and the relentless droning of propaganda. These sounds create a suffocating atmosphere as though the city itself is watching you. But the real genius lies in the silences. Empty streets and quiet alleyways feel more unnerving than the loudest firefight. They remind you of what's missing. The chatter of everyday life. The sounds of a city alive with people. The sound design doesn't just enhance immersion, it's a gameplay tool. The sudden silence after a firefight or the ominous hum on an approaching Combine gunship signals the player to prepare for what's coming next. This dynamic use of audio ensures that the player remains engaged and attuned to the world around them. I think one of the most interesting feats Half-Life 2 achieves is its use of liminal spaces. These eerie in-between places that feel like they belong to both the past and the future, yet to neither entirely. Take the abandoned apartments. Once filled with families, they're now reduced to dusty rooms with overturned furniture and broken windows. But look closer, and you'll find the traces of humanity. A child's toy left behind, graffiti scrawled in defiance, a hidden lambda marking a rebel's safe house. These spaces aren't just backdrops, they're active storytellers. They show you the city's transformation from a place of life to a husk clinging to memories of what it once was. But this doesn't leave out the ideas of game design as well. These apartments and alleyways serve as moments of unique reflection. giving players a break from action while deepening their connection to the world. They're a reminder that the stakes aren't just about survival. They're about reclaiming a world that's been stolen. And despite everything, the overwhelming presence of the Combine, City 17 isn't entirely devoid of hope. The resistance movement operates in the city's margins, hidden but not silent. Supply caches, secret messages, and lambdas hint at a network of defiance woven into the city's fabric. Even in the face of overwhelming oppression, City 17 whispers that humanity hasn't been completely crushed. The game design supports this narrative. The player's encounter with this resistance are carefully spaced, offering moments of camaraderie and resource gathering. These interactions break up the tension while reinforcing the idea that the player is part of something larger. I don't think anywhere in the city's story is more haunting than Ravenholm. A once thriving city, Ravenholm has become a graveyard of horrors. Overrun by headcrabs and the remnants of its human population, it's what happens when the Combine's oppression goes unchecked. A vision of total annihilation, where humanity isn't just subjugated but erased entirely. Ravenholm stands as a warning. This is what City 17 could become. From a gameplay perspective, Ravenholm's shift in tone and mechanics serves as a wake-up call. The player is forced to adapt, using gravity and ingenuity to survive. This change reinforces the stakes of the story, while showcasing the game's versatility. City 17 is a world in transition, caught between its human past and its alien-controlled future. The Citadel's shadow is a constant reminder of what's at stake, but so are the traces of humanity left behind. Small acts of rebellion, moments of resistance, and whispers of a world that refuses to disappear entirely. Through its design, sound, and use of space, City 17 becomes more than a setting. It becomes a character that tells a story of loss, resistance, and the fight for identity in the face of overwhelming odds. Because City 17 isn't just where Half-Life 2 takes place, it's why it happens. Its oppressive architecture, evocative sound design, and intricate environmental storytelling creates a world that feels alive, even as it teeters on the brink of collapse. So the next time you play Half-Life 2, take a moment to stop, look around, listen to the city. It's telling a story, one that's as vital as any battle or mission in the game. Because City 17 isn't just the backdrop to Gordon Freeman's journey, it's the silent protagonist that defines it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more, then hit that subscribe button. Thanks for stopping by, and good luck.